Hey, it's Mark. Imagine your head is like a browser with 50 open tabs. Everything is running simultaneously. Music, news, memories, random thoughts, to-do lists, and you can't close a single tab. That's exactly how my son Nils describes his daily life with ADHD. And for a long time, we didn't know how to help him sort through this inner chaos. Until we discovered something that sounds surprisingly simple, but has made a huge difference for Nils. Soundscapes. Soundscapes are carefully composed audio landscapes. Rain sounds, forest atmospheres, ocean waves, or frequency mixes specifically designed for concentration. Sounds like esoteric nonsense at first, right? I thought so too. But the science behind it is remarkably solid, and more importantly, it actually works for Nils. Today I'm showing you how we've integrated soundscapes into Nils's daily routine, from waking up to falling asleep. And on our channel, you'll also find dedicated soundscape videos that we've created specifically for people with ADHD. Before we dive in, some facts that surprised even me. About 70% of people with ADHD report heightened sensitivity to sounds and environmental stimuli. At the same time, studies show that targeted acoustic stimulation, the right sounds at the right time, can measurably improve concentration and emotional regulation in people with ADHD. The ADHD brain needs a certain amount of sensory input to function optimally. Too few stimuli, like complete silence, cause the brain to go searching for stimulation on its own, which leads to distraction. Too many stimuli, like a loud open-plan office or a full classroom, overwhelm the system. Soundscapes hit the sweet spot in between. This realization changed everything for me as a father, because it explains why Nils functions well in some environments and not at all in others. The morning is the most critical phase of the day for Nils. Many people with ADHD know the problem of so-called executive dysfunction in the morning. It means the brain is awake, but the control center in the prefrontal cortex needs longer to boot up. It's like a computer that's turned on but takes forever to start. Nils lies in bed, knows he needs to get up, but simply can't get himself moving. We used to try everything: loud alarm clocks, multiple alarms, even an alarm on the other side of the room so he'd have to get up to turn it off. The result? Stress, cortisol release, an irritable Nils, and a chaotic start to the day. The loud alarm put his nervous system into fight or flight mode, the opposite of what an ADHD brain needs in the morning. Then we tried gentle nature sounds. Nils now has an alarm that starts playing soft forest sounds 30 minutes before his actual wake-up time. Birdsong, gentle stream babbling, wind in the trees. The sound gradually gets louder and gently pulls him out of sleep. The idea behind it: natural sounds activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and recovery, allowing a gentle awakening where the prefrontal cortex gets time to start working. The difference was noticeable from day one. Nils gets up more calmly, is less irritable, and gets into his morning routine faster. No surprise, studies show that a stress-free start to the day can improve cognitive performance in the first hours by up to 25%. We have a dedicated soundscape on our channel for this: Rain in Dense Pine Forest, designed specifically for this gentle wake-up phase. One detail that's important to me: the morning soundscapes don't replace the morning routine for us, they accompany it. While Nils gets up, gets dressed, and eats breakfast, the nature sounds continue playing in the background. Not loud, more like a gentle acoustic wallpaper. This gives the transition from sleep to the active start of day a continuity that's enormously valuable for ADHD brains. Because every break, every abrupt change costs cognitive energy Nils urgently needs for the school day. The second major challenge for Nils is homework and focused work. With ADHD, the problem isn't that you can't concentrate, it's that the brain is constantly searching for new stimuli. Every sound, every movement, every thought can pull attention away. And this is where a fascinating concept comes in: body doubling through sound. Many people with ADHD know body doubling. Simply having another person in the room helps you stay focused. but another person isn't always available. Soundscapes can partially take over this function. A constant, pleasant sound carpet gives the brain enough sensory input to satisfy its stimulus seeking without causing distraction. It's like an acoustic anchor that keeps the ADHD brain from constantly searching for something new. The neurobiology behind this is fascinating. With ADHD, dopamine levels in the prefrontal cortex are chronically too low. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, attention, and reward. When there's too little of it, the brain actively seeks stimulation to raise levels. That's why many people with ADHD reach for their phone, get up, or start something new in the middle of a task. Soundscapes deliver this stimulation to the brain in a controlled, non-distracting way. The subtle background noise raises dopamine levels just enough for the brain to stop seeking stimulation on its own. For Nils, what works best are steady sounds without abrupt changes. Rain on a roof, a soft hum, the rushing of a river. What doesn't work? Music with lyrics, changing melodies, or sounds with sudden loud moments. The brain latches onto every change and gets immediately distracted. We built our ADHD Focus Aid soundscape on the channel following exactly this principle, a steady, monotonous sound carpet that keeps the brain engaged without overstimulating it. What we learned through trial and error. The right volume is crucial. Too quiet, and the soundscape gets drowned out by ambient noise. The desired effect doesn't happen. Too loud, and it becomes a distraction itself. Nils has found his perfect spot. The soundscape should be just loud enough to mask ambient sounds, but quiet enough that you almost forget it after a few minutes. He describes it as a kind of acoustic blanket that wraps around his head and gently blocks out the rest of the world. We also found that over-ear headphones work better than in-ear because the physical shielding has an additional effect. The brain gets a double signal, so to speak, passive protection through the headphones plus active calming through the sound. What particularly impressed me? Since Nils started using soundscapes while studying, he manages to get into a real concentration phase much more often, the so-called flow state. Before, he lasted 10 to 15 minutes at most before getting up, going to the fridge, or checking his phone. With the right soundscape, it's often 30 to 40 minutes. That might not sound like much, but for a child with ADHD, it's a massive improvement. Research confirms this. Studies show that white noise and pink noise can boost concentration in people with ADHD by up to 45%. Because they slightly elevate dopamine levels in the brain. One more note that might be important for other parents. There are different ADHD types, and not every type responds the same way to soundscapes. Nils has the predominantly inattentive type. For him, calm, steady sounds work best. Children with the hyperactive impulsive type sometimes need a bit more structure in the sound, more rhythmic patterns, light drumming, or pulsating frequencies. It's worth trying different types and carefully observing how your child responds. Some children find their sound immediately, others need a few weeks of experimenting. Don't let that discourage you. The right sound is out there. There are moments when everything becomes too much for Nils. Too many sounds, too many people, too many impressions at once. In professional terms, this is called sensory overload. It can happen after a long school day, after visiting a crowded shopping center, or simply on days when his nervous system reacts more sensitively than usual. In such moments, Nils either becomes extremely irritable and loud, or withdraws completely and barely speaks. Both are signs that his nervous system is overwhelmed. The situation at school is particularly difficult. 30 children in one room, chairs scraping, simultaneous conversations, the bell ringing, chalk scratching on the blackboard. For an ADHD brain without a functioning stimulus filter, that's a constant acoustic bombardment. Nils has told me that he experiences some school days as if he were standing directly next to a running jackhammer for hours. At the end of such days, he's not just tired but thoroughly exhausted. Not physically, but neurologically. His brain has had to process everything unfiltered all day and is at its limit. For these situations, we've developed a kind of acoustic emergency brake. Nils always has his noise-canceling headphones with him, and on his phone there's a playlist with special calming soundscapes. These aren't cheerful nature sounds, but very deep, steady, almost monotonous frequencies. Deep humming, slow ocean roaring, muffled rain. These low frequencies specifically target the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in our body, which plays a key role in regulating the nervous system. When Nils puts on these sounds during an overload moment, it typically takes 5 to 10 minutes until he noticeably calms down. His breathing slows, his muscles relax, and he can slowly think clearly again. That's not magic. It's neurophysiology. The low frequencies signal the nervous system. You're safe. You can wind down. We created our ADHD Overload Relief Soundscape on the channel for exactly these moments. It's one of the most used videos on our channel, and community feedback confirms it helps not just Nils but many people in similar situations. A practical tip I want to add here: it's worth trying different calming soundscapes and finding out which sound works best for your child. For Nils, it's deep ocean sounds. Another child from our support group responds better to steady rain. Yet another prefers a deep hum without any nature component. There's no universal recipe, but once you've found the right sound, it's like a switch that brings the nervous system from alarm state back to normal range. What I absolutely want to pass on to other parents: sensory overload is not a tantrum or bad behavior. It's a neurological state where the brain is literally receiving more stimuli than it can process. And instead of punishing or scolding, we can give our children tools to manage it independently. The headphones and soundscapes give Nils back a piece of autonomy. He can self-regulate without depending on us. That's a massive gain for his self-confidence. Falling asleep is agony for many people with ADHD, and for Nils, it was for years. His body is tired, but his mind is running at full speed. Thoughts jump from one topic to the next. Memories of the day mix with worries about tomorrow, and completely random ideas pop up in between. Nils once described it like this: "It's like someone in my head is constantly channel surfing, and I can't find the remote." To understand the scope, studies show that people with ADHD need on average 30 to 60 minutes longer to fall asleep than people without ADHD. That adds up to several hours of lost sleep over a week. And as I explained in our video about ADHD and memory, sleep is essential for memory consolidation. Less sleep means worse memory, worse concentration the next day, and a lower threshold for sensory overload. A vicious cycle that reinforces itself. We tried many things: earlier bedtime, reducing screen time, breathing exercises. Everything helped a little, but the real breakthrough came with an evening soundscape ritual. 30 minutes before sleep, Nils turns on a special sleep soundscape. Light rain sounds overlaid with very deep, barely audible frequencies. This sound gives his brain something to passively focus on, without actively having to think. It's like a gentle thread his thoughts can hold onto instead of wildly jumping around. Research supports this. Studies have shown that certain frequencies, particularly delta waves between 0.5 and 4 Hz, can significantly reduce the time to fall asleep by putting the brain into a sleep-ready state. For Nils, the average time to fall asleep has dropped from over an hour to about 20 to 25 minutes. That's an enormous difference, for him and for us as a family. Because a well-rested Nils is more focused the next day, emotionally more stable, and his working memory performance is noticeably better. What also helped, combining the soundscape sleep ritual with a timer. Nils's sounds are set to run for 1 hour and then switch off automatically. This way he doesn't have to worry about turning anything off, and there's no moment of sudden silence shock in the middle of the night. We also discovered the trick that using the same soundscape every evening creates a kind of Pavlovian effect. Nils's brain has learned to associate this particular sound with falling asleep. After a few weeks of regular use, simply starting the sound sent his brain into sleep mode, like an acoustic off switch. Soundscapes aren't a miracle cure, and they don't replace professional treatment. But they're a simple, accessible tool that can make a real difference for many people with ADHD. For Nils, they've become a fixed part of his daily routine, just like his morning routine, his reminder app, and his fixed bedtimes. It's another building block in the toolkit we've built over the years. What particularly convinces me about Soundscapes, they're free or very affordable, they have no side effects, they're immediately available, and they give the affected person a piece of independence. Nils can put on his headphones and self-regulate, without depending on me, a therapist, or anyone else. In a world where people with ADHD constantly depend on outside help, this independence is priceless. It strengthens his self-confidence and shows him, I'm not helplessly at the mercy of my ADHD. I have tools that help me, and I can use them myself whenever I need them, at school, at home, on the go. Now I'm curious about your experiences. What sound helps you or your children most when your head is too loud? Rain, ocean waves, white noise, or something completely different? Write it in the comments. I really read every single one, and your tips help other families in the same situation. Also check out our soundscape videos on the channel. We have Rain in Dense Pine Forest for mornings, ADHD Focus Aid for concentrated work, and ADHD Overload Relief for moments of sensory overload. All are specifically designed for people with ADHD and based on the principles I explained today. Very important to close with, everything I share in this video is based on our personal experiences as a family and on information from specialist literature and studies. This video does not replace medical treatment, therapy, or professional diagnosis. Soundscapes are a supplementary aid for those affected, nothing more, nothing less. If you or your child are having difficulties, please always seek professional support from a qualified specialist or therapist first. If this video helped you, I'd be thrilled about a like, a subscription, or a comment. Every single interaction helps this video reach other families looking for exactly these kinds of solutions. Share it with people who could benefit. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and your families.